The story of modern India and Pakistan does not begin in 1947, but much earlier, in the deep, fertile soil of a subcontinent, under colonial dominion, By the mid-19th century, the British East India Company, a commercial enterprise that had transformed into a formidable administrative and military power, held sway over vast territories. This was not a monolithic or uniform rule. Rather, it was a complex web of direct governance, alliances with princely states. The company's primary objective was economic exploitation, which it pursued by reorganizing land tenure systems, imposing new revenue demands, and reorienting agricultural production toward cash crops. These policies fundamentally altered the economic landscape, creating new classes of landowners, landless laborers, while simultaneously disrupting age-old social and economic equilibriums. This period of commercial imperialism reached a violent and dramatic crescendo in 1857. What began as a mutiny among the company's native soldiers, the sepoys, over grievances related to new rifle cartridges greased with animal fat, offensive to both Hindu and Muslim religious sensibilities, quickly spiraled into a widespread popular uprising. This event, known variously as the Sepoy Mutiny, the Great Rebellion, India's first war of independence, drew support from disgruntled princes, dispossessed landlords, and a peasantry burdened by taxation. As the 20th century dawned, unease grew among some Muslim leaders, even as many served within the Congress. They feared a future India where a Hindu majority might dominate a simple democracy, politically, economically, culturally. British policies like the 1905 partition of Bengal were seen as divide and rule, creating a Muslim-majority province and deepening anxieties. These concerns culminated in the All India Muslim League in 1906. Initially, the League sought safeguards within British India, separate electorates to ensure representation. Institutionalizing political identity by community created a parallel, sometimes competing nationalism. The early 20th century was a crucible of ideas. At the forefront stood Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Returning in 1915, he transformed Congress from elite club to mass movement. Satyagraha, Truth Force, Ahimsa, nonviolence, Salt March, fasts, protests, mobilizing millions, peasants, workers, women. Working closely with Gandhi was Jawaharlal Nehru, a Cambridge-educated secularist and socialist, architect of a modern industrial democratic nation-state, where religion was private, not the basis of national identity or division. For Congress, freedom meant a single composite nation. Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, others, equal under a secular state, unity in diversity, a grand tapestry. In contrast, another idea rose, especially in the 1930s and 40s, a separate Muslim homeland. Its eloquent proponent was Muhammad Ali Jinnah, British-trained lawyer, once a Congress member hailed for unity. Disillusioned, he came to see Congress as Hindu-dominated and unreliable for Muslim interests. As League leader, he argued Hindus and Muslims were two nations with distinct cultures, histories, social customs, and could not coexist in a single state. An independent Muslim state was the solution: Pakistan. The Lahore Resolution of 1940 set this demand, challenging Congress's vision and setting the stage for a monumental clash as British rule waned. The announcement of partition unleashed an unprecedented human catastrophe. New borders weren't public until after independence, triggering one of the largest and most violent migrations in history. In a desperate scramble, millions moved, Muslims east and west, Hindus and Sikhs toward India. Convoys were ambushed by mobs. Between 1 and 2 million were killed in horrific communal slaughter. Women bore a particularly horrific burden: abduction, rape, unimaginable violence. Some 15 million were rendered homeless, losing lands, property, and belonging overnight. Partition was a deep wound, leaving bitterness, sorrow, and mutual suspicion for generations. In August 1947's aftermath, both new states faced staggering crises. Governments barely formed. They prioritized refugee relief and order. India drafted a secular democratic constitution, universal suffrage, fundamental rights, equality of all citizens, managing vast diversity in a federal framework. Early years focused on institutions, planning, and unification. Pakistan was split between East and West wings, culturally and linguistically distinct. Jinnah died within a year. Liaquat was assassinated in 1951, creating a leadership vacuum. Constitutional consensus proved elusive. Instability grew. Bureaucracy and military gained sway. In Jammu and Kashmir, a Hindu ruler of a Muslim-majority state acceded to India after tribal fighters invaded from Pakistan. War followed in 1947 to 48. A UN-brokered ceasefire left the territory divided by a line of control. Kashmir's dispute fueled wars in 1965 and 1971, and a persistent rivalry. An arms race, including nuclear weapons, made South Asia a dangerous flashpoint.